Hello everybody, and guess where we are? We are at my place of work, the upstairs children's young people apartment of the Frank Harris Library. I'm actually doing work right now. Going into the children's room. Although, if you look around in the back, you can get to the teen room even before you get to the children's room, but we'll get there later, because this is prettier. To the desk. This is where I sit primarily. When you catch me on Twitter when I'm working, it's because it's off of this computer. While I work here, I work on suggesting books that be ordered and don't get ordered most of the time. I design the displays, I design book lists. I am in charge of the library's Facebook page, which doesn't get looked at nearly enough. And I chat with you all on Twitter. When there are people here, when it is not first thing in the morning on a school day, I spend most of my time checking books in and out for people, helping people find stuff, and answering the phone. When it's slow like this, I'm usually doing other things until I run out of other things to do. And I get to see out into the children's section. Accelerated Reader Computer. It has the software for taking accelerated reader tests, which the school district does. I hate Accelerated Reader and can go on about how much I hate it for a long time, but I won't. I am pretty much in charge of almost all the book displays, or at least I'm the one who takes charge and fills the book displays. I usually change them every month. I pick a theme that fits. This is the nonfiction section. This is juvenile fiction. That is George. I didn't name him, the custodian named him, but I probably would have named him George anyway. And there's a look at the lovely circulation/reference desk where I work. I was also the one who made all these nice thematic posters for the nonfiction section, so you can easily find topics you're interested in. Here we get into the picture books and the magnets, and lots more picture books and lots of toys. And that's an interesting way of spelling puppet show. The storytime room. I'm not usually in charge of story times. We have a woman who, that is all she does, is plan story times and do story times. But I do have some programs coming up in which I am going to do once a week a family story time in the evenings. That is the office. In the office, you will see what my coworkers and I are all working on. We have cool things like a laminating machine, and, glow-in-the-dark stars that just hang in the corner, because why not? Oh, and a die cut. This is the planning of the summer reading program. But this box under here, which you really can't see much of anything, is my Mardi Gras party, which I am hosting next week. And there's my Youth Media Awards display. You'll remember from my video last week. I wanted to do an actual display with books on it, but it turns out we don't have most of these books. Yet. And behind us is the teen room. And this is the room or the collection that I am really in charge of. I say that I'm in charge of it. I wish I was more in charge of it. Mostly what I do is say, hey, we could really use this book, and maybe they get ordered. But I'm also in charge of putting up displays in here. That's our no name calling week display, bullying books. We have nonfiction and fiction. This is YA nonfiction. You'll see I also made subject signs here, but they're actually not subjects so much as numbers, actually teaching them what the Dewey numbers mean, so they learn a little bit about library organization as well as learning where different topics are. And lots of computers. If this wasn't early in the day and the kids weren't all in school, these would be filled. That is our program room with our big TV. We have a Wii and a PlayStation and a DVD player and a computer that can hook up to that TV, depending on what program's going on. On Thursday evenings, this room is full of it's technically supposed to be an anime manga club, but mostly they just play Yu-Gi-Oh! The winners of the 2002 Teen Top 10 Awards. Graphic novels section right there. But we have two fiction sections. This is the teen fiction, which is your classic YA. Over here is intermediate fiction. This is upper middle grade, lower YA. Especially for tweens, is what the sign says. We split this off because people were asking for it, actually. The books that were a little harder than the starting juvenile fiction, but not quite as teen-like as the teen fiction. Although, you will see one of our most popular shelves, the Diary of the Wimpy Kid books are in this section because they do star a middle schooler, but this tends to be the books that the kids who are in, second grade come over to the teen room for. I put up a books to movies display in this corner. As you see, this was an excuse to put a picture of Martin Freeman on the wall. No, actually it was a cool display anyway. So as you can see, I have a very lovely workplace, and I like to spend my time here. As you can see, it's also very empty, which is one of the reasons I'm getting away with talking on a video camera right now. Although, as I said, I am doing this for work because I have a program coming up in a few weeks called Movie Making. Elementary school kids are going to learn a little bit about how movies are made, and we're going to use this, the work camera, which is why I'm trying it out today, to make these movies. So now I have to figure out how to upload movies from this camera to a computer, and once there, figure out how I can do it easily with a bunch of elementary school students.